Gangbanger show.
Gangbanger show. That's how we started off. Yo, we live, yo. What's poppin', everybody? So, we got Jack Piece with us today. Jack Piece.
Well,
What's
hola, hola. Hello.
Yeah.
So I'm Jack Peace. Please subscribe to me. I make some
Nice to meet
good
you, Jack Peace.
Steven Universe reviews.
I saw you and Danny going back and forth on Twitter about Steven Universe. Is that good theory?
It's alright. It's just a kid show, isn't it?
Oh, it's a kid's show.
It's a kid's show, yeah. Well, I'm not gonna. It is. It is.
All right. Let's see. So I guess last stream we kind of went off the deep end a little bit. We kind of made the stream about discussing Admiral level.
No, we made it about Type 1, basically.
Yeah, we pretty much did that, and trying to, I don't know, just oppose his viewpoints about Admiral level.
But it was all fun.
Yeah. It was really good fun.
Yeah, because I checked it out. I'm like 2,000 something just for Taekwondo talk me in the stream. 2,000 views. I'm like, Admiral lenient will just down in the comments. Just lenient. That's the most common word we'll find down there.
Yeah,
True.
Lenient Admiral level was trending.
Icon's gonna make an entire fucking vocabulary for the One Piece community.
This is on your power level system. But I wanted to ask you guys about this. We're gonna talk about some questions people asked in the chat or in the video that they left. But I want to ask you guys about what about classifying characters into classes instead of like levels.
I don't know what that means.
When I say that,
so you're basically saying
It's
that.
not the same.
Wait, go ahead.
You were saying like classifying from strong to weak to based on their abilities. Who's fast?
Well, no. So we're gonna have like S class, A class, B class, C class.
So that doesn't work.
Basically the same thing.
Well, the thing is, Admiral level. It's like it's a term that
Yeah,
you
it's
can
just
kind of
okay.
Yeah, you can fit anybody in there if you use your own criteria.
Yeah.
Well, what I wanted to say about that, somebody said, I'm trying to go to the comment now. Somebody said something very good in the comment section. I even said that they said something very good, and nobody really ever comment back on it or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
The comments said that they were talking about the whole Admiral level thing and stuff like that, and people like Ace and stuff like that. I'm gonna try to go to the comment, but what the person said is that they don't understand why it was so hard for y'all to understand what I was saying because they understand like what I meant, and I'm almost at that comment. Hold on, they brought up a very good point, and I think this might work best for ranking from now on. Hold on, where's this comment at?
I think I remember seeing that.
Someone could talk real fast by finding it. I'm not trying to.
I think I don't know. You see, was nobody replied to it.
Yeah, no, there was a few people that replied to it. I think wasn't the comment that had 40 replies.
Nah, not that. Some stuff a lot of people talk to.
Well, someone said this. I do not agree with everything Ty says, but his statements are not more outrageous than the rest of the bunch. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it's true. Like we're all just stating our own opinions.
Right.
It's just that a lot of sometimes our opinions we agree on and disagree with one other person, and in those situations, it seems like we're ganging up. But again, it's just opinions. We're just as wrong as the person we're supposedly ganging up on.
Exactly. Nothing we say is like fact. I mean, some things, but as far as the speculation, as far as how strong somebody is, it's all just opinion at the end of the day,
With a bit of fact.
All right, so I found the person's comment or whatever like that. So like if I was misunderstood before, this will probably help clear it up some or whatever like that. But what the person said is that his name was Sam. So he was like, I don't understand how y'all don't understand what Ty was saying. It's just like getting a grade. There are ranges, or as Ty was saying, levels. There are A+, A, and A-. They're all on the same range/level, but obviously an A+ is better than the other ones. So in Ty's example, when y'all say who can be an admiral, that would be the A+, But when Ty says someone is admiral level, that means that they could be A or A minus too. They aren't better than A plus, but they can still compete. So that's like exactly like what happened. Like I feel like when I was getting asked like who could take an admiral's place or like who could be at Akainu or something like that, you know, he's an A plus admiral. I would feel like, but I feel like with Ace, he would be like a A minus admiral level character. You know,
But
he's
I
not an
think
A and he's not an A plus, but he's still like he's on the lower side of admiral level. So I would say like he's like an A minus.
I understand that, but it's
Yeah, we
I feel
understand.
like if we use admiral as like the range, then it's hard for us to kind of scale these characters because once you say admiral level, people instantly think of the admirals and what they're capable of, and when you try to like basically put someone on that level, then it's like people kind of tune it out and they're like, all right, that person's not even admiral level, so I don't even know why you're bringing it up. But I
I
understand
think
what you're
we,
saying as far as the
like
range.
I think we could use that like maybe S could be Yonko, maybe A plus could be like
Right, that's what I was saying, like a
could
class
be
instead
like
of.
what Akainu is, and like A could be like
But
you know.
I think I want to remove their title.
Okay, but I think like even if we remove the title though, I still think like A plus, A and A minus should be
The
admiral
the thing is,
should be what admiral level was, and like characters like Ace, while Ace might not be like a A plus or like a S, I still think he's in that like the lower range, so he should still be like an A minus on the lower
but
side of admiral level.
I don't think I
Because
want to
he
move.
did he did compete with Aokiji or whatever like that, and
Yes, but using admiral level again, that's kind of redundant. So it's just gonna be like, so as far
Um,
as like
I
a
suppose
character,
you could use like the Burning Blood kind of system where like even within S there is like three different areas.
right?
Like
So
you got
S1,
Like Tycho was saying,
S2,
you're saying like he was doing like A plus, like A and A
right?
minus. That's basically what it
Yeah.
is.
So like,
Yeah.
okay, so who would be an S1 character in One Piece? That's the top tier,
No,
top
the
tier.
Yonkos
Like
probably,
Kaido and
Yonko.
maybe
Shanks.
Dragon.
Yeah, Kaido, Shanks, and
So the
Dragon.
characters that we classify as S1, these are S1 characters. No, just S. Let's just keep like all the top
Yeah,
tier S. So the S characters would say Dragon, Kaido,
like
Shanks.
the Yonko
the Yonkos.
obviously.
Yeah.
Are
All
all
four
the
of the Yonko.
Yonko
Nisha.
are all the Yonko classified as S because I feel like
Yes.
some people are gonna be
Yeah, for
trying to
sure.
place Big
Of course
Mom
they are.
in
They are the
Some
strongest pirate
people,
in the
yeah,
world.
some people say that, but we was never shown anything to believe that Big Mom is weak. For all we know, she's
right.
still all of them is equally or close to the same power level.
Okay,
Yeah.
so since all the Yonko and Dragon, right,
Yeah.
S characters, what admirals or what marines making in there?
Just Akainu, I would say.
Just Akainu?
Yeah.
Kizaru,
Just
I
to
think.
Any other admirals making
I feel
it
like
S?
I feel like he should be. I feel like he should be A plus though. I don't feel like he should be S though.
I think Kizaru is.
Because
Is
S
the-
is the top tier, right? A plus or A is is good as well, but
I
they're
don't know.
just
I feel like a fleet admiral, like okay, like say all the four Yonkos would be S plus, maybe Akainu is like an S. Like I feel like
Okay,
like a fleet
okay,
admiral
so
should be able to tangle with Yonko.
so are we gonna do S plus, S, and S minus?
Yeah.
Nah, I
exactly.
think he should just because it gets complicated like that. I think it should just be S, but then
Yeah.
later on we have the A plus, A minus,
Yeah,
B,
yeah,
B plus, and stuff
makes
like
sense,
that.
makes sense,
Okay,
makes
well
sense.
if you're gonna do it like that, then I guess Akainu
Yeah,
is
so
A plus.
S, so Akainu
Yeah,
A
cool.
plus.
Yeah.
I'm leaning towards Akainu in there.
I,
What do you guys think Akainu be an S?
Well,
I
it's
think
tricky
Akainu's an
because
S.
based off what we've seen with Whitebeard, I think he's a A plus. But if he got stronger, then he could be a.
They're
he could be
saying
a-
Shiki. I don't think Shiki. I don't have him as an S.
She.
Is Shiki just straight from the
Shiki
movie?
is supposed to be an S.
He's supposed to be an S, right?
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like I don't even know like the lore about it. Is he even alive still? Like
He's dead, bro. Like, there's no way you're surviving in the ocean. Unless you're Jack.
A lot of people saying Shiki, and someone said Akainu is definitely an S. Yeah, so
I
Akainu,
think Akainu's an S.
I'm okay with putting Akainu and Aokiji in S.
I feel like with because like I don't want to give him an S if he doesn't really if he shouldn't be an S. But
Yeah,
like
but at that rate, Brago, like we're gonna end up just putting all the admirals in S.
Not necessarily, because I feel like Aokiji and Akainu, I feel like they're on another level to the other
But
guys.
isn't
Well, the thing
Kizaru
with-
on their level?
I don't think
the
so.
thing. the thing with Akainu though is like I say like the only way he's an S is if Because I feel like when he fought against Whitebeard, he was A plus. Like if he got stronger, then he could be an S. But if he didn't get stronger, he's still an A plus.
I
Well,
think
for him to be an S, he would have to beat the five great elders.
What? We don't even know how strong they are, so I don't even want to include those guys.
Well,
but
they
I feel
rule,
like
they rule the world government, and we know in One Piece, if you're old as fuck, you're stronger as fuck.
yeah. So people are saying Yonko's a S rank. Akainu more than likely is Yonko level, so he should definitely be in there. The other Admiral's A plus.
I agree with
That's the
that.
thing. I don't even think the other one should be A plus. Like I feel like
I think A plus
if
for
anything,
sure.
like Akainu's A is S, Aokiji's A plus, and I feel like Kizaru's just A. or
Yeah.
whatever like that.
So Aokiji, he would normally
A
be an
plus.
S, but because he lost to Akainu, we have to demote him to an A plus.
It's not because he lost. It's just because no. Check this out. Even at the war, like I said, if Akainu got no stronger, and we're basing this off of just what we seen at Marineford, I feel like he's an A plus. But probably he got the new position. He's probably got stronger, so I can say he's an S with confidence. So whatever like that. If we're saying he's getting stronger, but not like Aokiji's not gonna get stronger. But if they have different roles now. He's like the Fleet Admiral. Aokiji. He used to be an Admiral. He's with Blackbeard now. So I feel like he's an A plus. Even with Dofy. Let me tell you this.
Wait, hold on,
like
Ty,
you
hold
think.
on, hold on.
All right.
Let me see what theory. How do you guys feel about Aokiji as being S or A plus?
I think it, like if you guys are putting right Aokiji in an S, where you're putting the other Yonko such as Kaido, Big Mom, Blackbeard, he is in Blackbeard's crew, so that means you're putting him like on like the same level as him.
So okay,
I
so
know he's crazy strong, but you know what I'm trying to say.
So Aokiji A plus.
Yes.
That's consensus. Aokiji A plus. So Kizaru A plus as well, right? All the other Admirals A plus.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So who else makes it to A plus? So the Admirals. Okay, so right now we have the Yonko, Dragon, and Akainu as far as the S class. Those are the S class. And A plus we have all the Admirals. And
well, I feel like what's his name?
Fujitora might be an A, but it's hard to say. I don't know.
So okay.
Yeah, I feel like Fujitora and Kizaru is probably A.
So Aokiji A plus, Kizaru A,
and Fujitora A. Even like if y'all want to say Kizaru's is an A plus, I feel like one of them. I don't feel like all three of them is like. I feel like they're both A, or one of them is an A, and then the other one is an A plus.
I think maybe Kizaru and Aokiji might be A plus, and then like Green Bull and like Fujitora might be like A's. One below or something. Yeah, like A's.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So right now, Aokiji A plus, Kizaru A. Then we have Fujitora and Green Bull at A minus.
No, I think they said that.
No, at A.
At A. So Kizaru is on the level of Fujitora and Green Bull.
No, they said Kizaru was A plus with.
Oh, Kizaru and Aokiji.
Kizaru's with Aokiji, yeah.
And then okay. So who else? Okay, so now we have the A plus A. Who is A minus?
We haven't done the Yonko.
I feel like Ace is like
the Yonko.
Well, a lot of other characters could be we could put in like A and maybe A plus too, but I feel like Ace Jinbei is A minus.
People at A minus would be like Marco.
Yeah.
Wait, but that's the thing. Like you say, Marco's A minus, and Marco had the better of the fight in Kizaru until he got.
I think we know
Marco's A plus too.
I don't feel like I'm okay with Marco being at an A.
I agree.
Or A minus.
I agree.
But I'm okay with A.
All right. So if Marco is a A, right? And he was getting the better of Kizaru. How does Kizaru just get to be an A plus? Like I don't get that. Yo, Marco was winning that fight, like from what I seen.
He wasn't winning that fight. He was hanging in there.
If you check the first clashes, Marco was better, and Kizaru even said he was like, I guess I can't take the king out. Like
okay,
just, like,
let's
went about his business.
Right. So let's take this to a vote now. Do you guys think Marco should be A or A minus? So Ty, what do you think Marco should be?
I feel like he should be A plus, and if he's gonna be an A, Kizaru needs to be an A too, which is what I was trying to say before, that Kizaru and Fuji should be A's.
Furb, what do you think?
I don't think that any second in command of a Yonko should be stronger than an Admiral.
But we seen second in command as being stronger than Admiral. Like Marco was getting the better of that fight. Jozu was getting the better at his fight. It was only till White Bear got distracted that
But
they
do you
started to
think
lose.
Jozu is an A? Do you have Jozu as an A?
Do I have Jozu as an A? He's not. He's not what we think of. Like how Dofi, he's quick, he's powerful. That he might not have the speed, but I feel like he's an A.
Oh, we're
You
forgetting.
know what I'm saying? Like
We forgot
he's all
somebody.
defense and strength and stuff like that,
We
and
forgot
stamina probably. So he could be an A, just with
We
different
forgot
stats.
somebody. Where do you put MIHAWK?
Plus. That's like the character I
My-
would put like S minus. Dude, it's hard to say. Like,
I say A plus then.
I put A plus.
A plus.
Yeah.
A
A
plus.
plus. Easy. Easy.
Yeah, so he's an A plus. He could be an S once we see more.
Yeah.
But right now he's an A plus.
A plus. Yeah.
So I'm okay with Marco being an A.
I think
then
Marco B. He's
Zara
not
has
on
to be
A
an
plus level though.
You said
Right.
Kizaru is an A plus. Marco is an A.
No, Kizaru has to be a A if Marco was an A. But because it seems like if we see Marco getting the better of the fight, to put Kizaru higher than Marco is like he's an admiral, so let's just put him higher. I don't want to, just like we don't want to use the term admiral level anymore. We shouldn't just put
But the
them by
thing
their
is-
ranking. You know what I mean?
feel-
It's like we're giving it to him because of his ranking.
The thing is, using a 2-minute fight to put Marco on the same level as an admiral, I don't want to use that.
But Smoker and Dofi was a 2-minute fight, or was less than that. You know what I mean? Like,
But then
there
we
was a
saw the
difference-
outcome though, right?
But I'm saying if it was a difference in power like that,
Do you think any of those
one of
guys
them
are going
Marco
all
would have been on the floor and stuff like that. How
out? Do
like
you think any of those guys are going all out?
No, but here's the thing about going. Marco's was not going all out either. It's not like Marco was sweating or like he did his best attacks and everything. Another thing about Marco is that he took Kizaru attacks head on. He didn't even block them. He just ate them like
Yo,
and was recovering right after it.
Taekwon, you're sugarcoating this. He was going all out. There's no way he was just lessening his blows on this guy.
So then the same thing has to go for Kizaru. He's going all out too. It's like I'm not gonna sit there and say that while Kizaru was playing around, Marco was going all out. Marco was not going all out. They both was joking around with each other.
So I think
was
right
playing
now-
on.
Marco had a smile on his face and everything. Like
I don't
Marco
want
was
us. I don't want us to get stuck with the Marco and Kizaru. I think right now, so Ty, you have him at A plus.
Marco, yep.
If Kizaru's A plus, he's A plus.
Yep, wherever Kizaru's at. If Kizaru's gonna be,
I'm not ready to do that with Marco. We haven't seen enough with Marco, and I think the consensus is that Marco should be an A. It's like I think Marco should definitely be an A along with like Ben Beckman, right?
Yeah.
Who else is an A though?
even that, like I know I'm gonna get off this quick, but I know it's the whole thing about he could have been trolling or whatever. He was just statistic. When Ben Beckman came, Kizaru put his hands up and stopped. So like I don't think that these people should be A's, but we got Kizaru as an A plus when obviously Kizaru, these people could tangle with him, or they can get the better of him in a 2-minute fight, and he's scared of them and stuff like that. I think that ranking's kind of messed up a bit. Like he needs to be on the same level as those people.
I'm not ready to do that with Marco. I'm not. I'm not there. I love Marco, but I'm not ready to do that. But so far, guys, we have at S class characters. We have Dragon, the 4 Yonko, and Akainu. Those are the S class. In A plus, we have Aokiji and Kizaru. And at A right now, we have Marco.
Forgot MIHAWK and A plus.
Oh, A plus as well. We have MIHAWK. MIHAWK and A plus as well. And at A, we have Marco, Fujitora, and Green Bull.
What about Boa Hancock?
Hancock,
Mm,
A minus.
I think she's a B plus.
Maybe B plus.
A minus?
I think she's a B
Maybe
plus.
B plus.
Yeah, she's probably a B plus.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
The thing is, but then okay, so who is A minus?
Ace.
Ace?
Yeah.
Ace people like Ace and Doflamingo.
Crocodile too,
I'm
probably.
putting Ace. I think I'm putting Ace and B plus.
Yeah,
What
same
was the
here,
question?
actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what. That's a B plus.
What was the
There's
question?
no ways in there.
Where do we put Ace?
I think.
Oh,
Ace-
if we can,
It's a B.
Ace is B.
Because the thing is,
B
if you put
plus.
Ace at A minus, a lot of people feel like Luffy is stronger than Ace already. Then Luffy would have to be an A, which I'm not ready to put Luffy at.
That's the thing,
Well,
like,
the thing is, like, I don't see how like Luffy could deal with something like Entei.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. How is he taking that?
Well, he can actually punch it with a
What?
with a big fist. Yeah, a big hockey coated fist. He punches that thing, it'll be like clashing like.
People are saying Ace would be a B. Okay, wait. Before we get to Ace, Jozu and Vista.
Uh, B.
Well, I feel like
No,
Wait,
they're around the A's.
Vista's in a
Is it
Vista's
A?
in a B. Vista's in a B.
He's not a B. Like he clashed with MIHAWK. Like
Yeah.
if you're gonna
B
say
plus.
MIHAWK,
I'm B plus for Vista, I think.
if you're saying
Nah,
MIHAWK is A
isn't-
plus and he was clashing with him, and
needs
MIHAWK
to
said,
at least
"No,
be
let's
A,
just take a
something
break
like
from
that.
this," he's got to be an A.
Yeah.
Vista
Around
an
A.
A.
People sleep on him as
Around A plus.
And like I don't think Zoro could be Vista yet.
I can't. How
I
can we
think
put
Vista
Vista?
and Jozu are on the same level.
I think Vista
Nah, I think
A minus.
maybe.
A minus because A minus. Marco's an A. Vista
Because
and Jozu A
If
minus.
you got a guy like MIHAWK, who's basically declared the most strongest swordsman,
But, I
any
mean-
pirate that meets his gaze basically runs. He's not fighting. They're not fighting MIHAWK. They'll just run. Vista's not afraid of him.
Yeah, another thing,
Yeah.
Vista always wanted to fight Mihawk. He said it. So.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can't put a character as like they're strong because they're not afraid of another character though. Like Crocodile was gonna fight Mihawk, like he was like threatening Mihawk and shit. And we're not gonna put Crocodile on A plus.
Yeah, but that said,
I think
Jozu's at A minus and
that
Vista's
said,
a
I'm
B
gonna quote
plus.
Yeah.
something that you
Okay,
guys
here we
always
go.
bring up.
I think
What
we
was
I think
that?
we got it. We're with Vista B plus and Jozu an A minus.
I disagree.
I think Vista, he had a slight clash with Mihawk, but for the most of the fight, Mihawk was really paying attention to Vista. And after like that short clash, you saw Mihawk, Vista was clearly like sweating and more like beat up than Mihawk was.
Yeah,
So-
the thing is about like that fight is that like even in like the Marco versus Kizaru fight, even though they both weren't trying, like Mihawk definitely wasn't trying like a single tiny bit. Like, not
But,
even-
like-
I don't get how y'all can say that. Like how one
Okay, well,
character
If
trying
Vista,
to the
if
other
Vista
one
was
not
Let's
trying.
somewhat
No,
fought to
stop. Let me put it to you like this. Let me put it to you like this. If Mihawk wasn't paying attention to Luffy and daydreaming about Luffy's crazy friendship power, right? And he was 100% focused on fighting Vista, you don't think he could have
Yeah.
just one-shot him like the other
Yeah,
swords?
Nah,
yeah,
'cause
that's what I'm trying to say. Like, there's
Commando
no way
on the White Bear Pirates.
There's no way that Vista's not like going head to head with him. Like, if he did, he
He's
could have
not.
one-shotting him just go for Luffy. But
Yeah,
even Mihawk said two things before. When it comes to Zoro, says you're interesting. If you're interesting, I'll probably fight with you. He said the same thing to Mihawk. No, to
Yeah,
Vista.
but he said to Vista he wanted to see the flower blades, you know, the swordsmanship.
Yeah, so I think
see
he was
how
testing it to
You
see.
see how Mihawk pulled out a pocket knife and he stunned it on Zoro the first time? If he would have did that to Vista, then it's like, okay, he's...
But then-
Yeah, but that's like a whole other level.
Yeah, if he did that to Vista, then Vista wouldn't probably be a C. Vista.
Well, like one thing I want to say about Vista is that he's not the world's greatest strongman, but he's a powerful commander on the White Bear Pirates. So it's like, you know, he could hold his own against Mihawk. And I don't want to see Vista get the low end of the rank. And the same thing with Jozu because they're powerful. They just don't have a lot of fans in the community. I feel like Jozu was beating
But the
Aokiji
thing
until
is-
White Bear got stabbed by Squado. So
Agreed,
how do we
agreed.
have Jozu at like B plus or whatever we have
No,
him at? But we have
Jozu's an
Aokiji.
A minus.
Okay.
Jozu's an A minus.
You know, but even that, how do we have him at A minus when we have Aokiji at A plus?
But then the thing is, if we just use these slight clashes to just throw
Jack,
everybody in
but
A plus,
the thing about
can't do
Jack is very strong, and just like Jack is very strong, we can't sleep on White Bear commanders. I seen it in a comment that White Bear team, or his commanders was weak or whatever like that. I feel like Jozu.
I don't think
maybe
Jozu's.
Vista
I don't
too.
think Jozu's beating
No,
Aokiji. don't
but
think that's
I could
happening.
see Jozu maybe beating Jack because you know matchup wise and stuff like that. Like they're strong.
I
They're
see what you're
stronger than
saying.
what we give them than what we're giving them credit for. Like
Agreed.
No,
Jozu
no,
needs
no,
to be
no.
up there.
I
and
think
Vista
he's
too.
definitely A minus.
And the same thing with Marco, because Marco was getting the better of Kizaru. or whatever
Marco's
like
an
that.
A. It's
And
not
remember-
like these guys, they're like one tier below. It's not even a tier. They're one step below these guys, but we have to acknowledge that we feel like if they fight, Aokiji is going to come out on top, right?
I don't think so. That's not
Like,
what we've seen.
Like the thing is like when Blackbeard fought Marco's crew, obviously it was like outmatched. But I feel like if like say Kizaru was in Marco's spot, I don't think that it would be like how they stated that it was just like a complete like slaughter, like how they said it was.
Yeah, I don't think it was a slaughter. I don't think
One tackle from Jozu had Aokiji bleeding blood from his mouth. I'm like, oh snap! So like they're a lot stronger than like what people say. What people say
Right,
they
but
are.
do you think Jozu can beat Aokiji?
Yeah, that's why. All right, like I feel like
No,
in both
yeah,
cases with
Okay,
with
we got to go to a vote. We got to go to.
He's
a
not beating him. Like if he cut his arm out with his ice powers, he could have fucking wrecked him completely.
no, but here's the thing that I wanted to say. if he could have had beaten him, they would have shown him beating him. It's a reason why White Bear got stabbed, White Bear got distracted, they cared for White Bear, they let their guard down, then they got the better of them. It's a reason for that. If these Admirals could have had beat him, they would have just beat him. Like, why have the distractions for?
Right now, who you so guys, are you guys okay? So who's okay with Jozu being A minus?
I'm right with it. I think
I am.
it's a good ranking.
Is that a good ranking for Jozu, A minus?
Yeah.
Dude, okay.
I mean,
Jozu
like you have to remember. Can I interrupt? Sorry.
Yeah.
You have to remember, Ty, that A minus people are not like leagues beneath people at A. A minus people can take on A and A plus people, but depending on them, like overall, these people strength-wise can't take on some of these higher people and win easily. If you know, like guaranteed. If you know what I mean.
I get what you're saying,
still
but
in
in
the same
both cases, these people that you're putting at A minus, they only lost to those higher tier people because they was at a disadvantage because they got distracted. So it's like, what was the distraction for? Obviously, they were on the same level, but the distracting kicked in, so they got the better of them.
Okay,
let me ask
you this real quick. Do you think Marco is stronger than Jozu and Vista?
Even that, Oda already said that the rank thing doesn't mean power.
No, I'm asking you, what do you think?
Answer the question.
No, what do you think?
Like Marco is stronger than Vista not Vista. I mean Marco's stronger than Jozu, but with Jozu's power, he could probably
Is it stronger than Jozu and Vista?
No, I'm saying he could probably beat Marco with his power. They're all probably even. Like matter of fact, I feel like Marco and Jozu's even. Vista's probably weaker.
So who do you think is stronger?
I feel like both Marco and Jozu is just as strong as each other. Marco's stronger overall, but with matchup wise, it would be just as strong as each other.
Stronger.
No, but if you can't say Marco's stronger if he fights Jozu and Jozu beats him up, they fight Jozu and has a tie. I feel like they're both strong.
You said Marco is stronger overall.
Yeah, but then at the same
let's
time,
do this
Jozu,
real quick though. With Marco, Marco face more different characters than Jozu can.
And when?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. The thing is like.
They both have a pretty beast defensive power. Like just like Marco can regenerate, Diamond Jozu's Diamond, and a lot of stuff.
That's like saying Enel is stronger than Luffy overall, but I'm putting them both on the same level because Luffy can beat Enel.
No, I think who do you have winning? Jozu and Marco. Who do you think is stronger?
I feel like Jozu will probably win that fight.
So you have Jozu over Marco.
Yeah, but
in that matchup, that's what he's saying.
In the matchup, I see what you're saying as far as that's a bad matchup. But I still think Marco wins. Like
I think Marco wins.
I still think Marco wins.
I don't think he will win that though. I can't see him getting through Diamond.
Yeah, but I'm sure Hockey.
We keep saying like the Diamond thing. We don't see anybody getting through it. There has to be a way to get through that.
Yeah, obviously. I think it's Hockey. You gotta use Hockey to get through it.
Yeah, but you were saying that Jozu can't hack up the Diamond.
Yeah, like Jozu has Hockey too. So then, that's what he.
Yeah, but I'm also
Aokiji with.
If we use like his Hockey's weak. If we use this type of thinking,
I can easily say that Marco probably has better Hockey than Jozu.
Yeah, if we use this type of thinking, then it can be like, okay, how do you get through Akainu's magma?
How is
any Yonko standing against Akainu and his magma?
See, look, this is what I mean. You said that Marco Hockey's probably better than Jozu. It's probably not because both Marco and Flower Vista attacked Akainu and did nothing when Jozu was able to tackle Aokiji, just tackle him and did damage. So like I feel like his Hockey's up there, Jozu's.
I feel like we've established
that Akainu has better Hockey than Marco.
On another level, right, from all those other guys. Because we saw Marco did to Kizaru, right?
Yeah. Akainu is definitely stronger than.
Did Aokiji get any hits in on Jozu?
When he broke his arm, that was it, I think.
Okay. What did Kizaru do?
Which Jozu was distracted at the same time there when that happened.
Do we have Aokiji and Marco Aokiji and Kizaru on the same level?
I think so.
No. They are on the same
level. We do.
They're both on the same level. So Marco had the better of the fight for most of that short spar with Kizaru, right? But with the Jozu and Aokiji, the Jozu and Aokiji one, Aokiji got some hits in on Jozu. Short.
He didn't get any hit. Jozu hit him first or whatever like that and made him bleed, tackle. Then later, because we didn't get to see the fight, then later Aokiji got to break his arm because he was distracted.
So it's like that's what I'm saying. It's like, and then does Jozu lose points for getting caught by Parasite? Do we take points away for that?
In
No,
my
'cause
opinion,
It was kind of
no.
off guard, so
yeah,
I mean, but didn't
exactly.
Luffy break the parasite though with his gear
Right.
fourth?
You did.
yeah,
Yeah,
he
but
did.
but we've
I-
discussed that like we think that people with like Conqueror's Haki or stuff like that might be able to break out of effects that stun you.
I can understand that, but I don't. I think it was just like pure strength in the gear.
But I
fourth.
feel like
Yeah, I think so too.
I feel like we have to take something away, and and I'm okay with him being A minus and not being on the same. He's still over Vista. It's
Because
A
like
minus.
going by your logic, saying that Luffy is stronger than Jozu.
No. I think we have to look at the
I'm just
the
talking about
whole
pure
picture.
strength.
Yeah, the whole picture as far as because we did take something away from Aokiji not being a S because he lost, right? He lost to Akainu.
Though, like
No, see, look. This is the thing that I'm saying. It's like you're saying that Aokiji is only A plus because he lost to
He
Akainu.
did. He
Now,
is.
if
Okay,
right, but check
okay.
this out.
Watch this. Watch this
All
real
right.
quick. If Aokiji had won and he was a fleet
Yeah.
admiral, would he not be S?
Okay, he would be S, but now check this out. He's S,
Exactly.
cool. All right, Brago, look, let me finish. He's S, cool. Now look, this is the same Aokiji though, right? That Diamond Jozu tackled, regular tackle, and made him bleed or whatever like that, and hurt him. Now look, so if him and Akainu are supposed to be equal besides the loss, we've seen Marco and Vista both hit Akainu at the same time. So if they weren't able to damage him both, and Jozu was able to damage Aokiji on his own with just a tackle, not even a named attack, you see how strong Jozu is. That's what I'm saying. That Jozu should be at their level too, and so should Marco if you're gonna have Aokiji up there.
I understand that, but
Because what he did to actually Marco doesn't need to be at A plus. Jozu needs to be at A plus. Aokiji needs to be at A plus, and both
Jozu?
Marco and
can't just
Kizaru
put-
needs
but
to be
Kai,
at A.
Ty, we can't put everybody on the same level. Like that's we can't just throw everybody in just one bucket because then what's the point of this discussion, right?
No. I'm not saying throw everybody into the bucket. I'm saying that Jozu was able to damage Aokiji very easily though.
can I bring
And
an example?
It's like so you're using this one thing to basically throw Jozu in like S class right now.
But yeah,
No,
but, like,
A plus.
Can I bring up something?
Go ahead.
There's that big theory, isn't there, that Zoro, in order to surpass MIHAWK, will have to cut Diamond, right? And that Shiryu is going to get this Diamond fruit, and MIHAWK's not going to be able to defeat him or something silly like that, and Shiryu's going to murder MIHAWK or something like that, right? Let's say we're going on that path, and we believe that this Diamond fruit is stopping the best swordsman in the world from cutting him. Like, why doesn't if this fruit is that broken, what's stopping him from being in this A plus kind of area?
What's stopping him from being an A plus?
Yeah.
What's stopping Jozu?
Like, if MIHAWK cannot cut him,
if it's
what's
that
stopping him
broken,
from
why
being
didn't
an
he win
A+?
the payback war?
That's what that. But this is
That's what I'm
what
saying. I
I'm
don't think
saying.
it's that
But this is
broken.
what I brought. This is what I brought up before. The devil fruits that have like these encasing effects, such as Aokiji's ice and like the magma and stuff like that. They can deal with Jozu, but they can't deal with Marco.
Yeah, people are mentioning that Jozu caught Aokiji off guard as well. What are we saying about that?
He caught Aokiji off guard.
Yeah.
But you guys need to remember though, when Aokiji got distracted, he just got a bloody like mouth, while when Jozu got distracted, he got one shot. That's a difference in level there.
All right, true.
There you go.
So my point was-
So are we okay with
I'm-
Jozu being A minus? That's Jozu A minus.
We'll move on from Jozu.
But
Yeah.
all right,
Let's move on
I
from Jozu.
guess yeah.
And Vista would be a B. B plus.
B plus.
Now we get into like more. I guess this is more difficult when we talk about somebody like Jack. I'm okay with Jack being A minus as
I
well.
think Jack's an A minus. I think
I
Jack's
think
an A
Jack is
minus.
A plus.
A
plus? A plus?
Yeah. No, because I definitely put Jack over Kizaru.
Why?
What?
Whoa.
Why do you say that?
Because at the same time, I put Marco over Kizaru too. I feel like Jozu is equal to Aokiji, or that he could be Aokiji too. And like to me, like if you're second in command, or if you're just one of those top tier people, like you know how they have those top 3 people or whatever like that. Maybe not the last person, but the top 2 or those top 3 people, that they should be able to handle admirals or whatever like that. So I believe that. So that's why I'm saying I feel like Jack is A plus because I could see him beating one admiral in a one-on-one fight.
Okay, so
I think he's either like an A or an
Here,
A
we got
minus.
you.
I think
think
he's
he's-
anywhere between A
I
or A
think-
minus.
I'm okay with
Yeah.
A minus. A
B
minus.
plus
I'm okay.
or
I
B.
don't think plus.
I'm gonna put him on A minus until we see
Yeah.
more people in Kaido's
Yeah.
crew.
A minus. I'm okay with A minus for Jack.
Until we see more of him, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I personally would put him at an A.
A.
He's the
Yeah.
strongest person we've seen so far with the highest bounty. That's not a Yonko, and how we have him so low like that.
Because
And we've seen what he
okay,
did on
do you think
Zoe, what he
Marco's-
did
do you
with
think-
Dofi.
Do you think Marco's bounty is gonna be more than Jack?
Yeah, I think Marco's
I
bound
think
is
so.
gonna be high. Yeah,
You know?
Probably-
definitely.
Well, probably not, because he's a good guy kind of.
No.
It'll be around the level,
I
probably.
think it'll be around 1 billion something, but
Yeah.
it's gonna
But
be.
even though bounty doesn't mean strength, it doesn't really mean that. So
But
even
you,
if it is,
but you mentioned it though.
no, I know, but I'm saying that even if it is though, I don't want to use that to like, say that because I feel like Jack is stronger than Marco or whatever. like that.
Again, I know I've got this.
I
I've
go
got this
Marco
thing for
washing
durability.
Jack.
I've got this thing for durability, right? Like, I don't see how a lot to pit up against Jack are going to be doing enough damage to defeat him. You know what I mean?
I understand
Yeah.
that. I understand that. It's hard to like
Yeah.
rate Jack as far as durability, but then
And
it's,
that's why he beats
but
Kizaru.
we
at.
don't know the extent of Marco's regeneration as well. So we can use the same thing for Marco, right? We don't know.
That's
how
what I mean.
much
Like,
Marco
they
can
are on that same tier.
Yeah, Marco, he's a problem.
See,
Yeah, so
the thing with Marco, it depends how quickly his regeneration works against powerful attacks.
what do you mean? But we don't know
Like,
that.
it-
We don't know
He
that.
got
We saw
punched
him.
by Garp and he wasn't even bleeding, bro. He
He
just
was
had
good.
bruises.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just had bruises.
That's what I'm saying.
saying
So
if
that
he-
was-
if
that was
he-
a
if he
hard
has
hit as
that,
well.
if he has that slow regeneration,
but
not
we
like
we
slow,
can't just throw slow regeneration on him, right? We can't just do
because
that.
he
I'm
took
pretty
those
sure.
hits
No,
from
I'm pretty sure it's
Kizaru without
instant.
blocking
I'm pretty
it.
sure it's
But
instant.
those wasn't
Yeah,
Kizaru's
I
strongest
think
No,
hits.
remember Kizaru attacked him and he was good right after.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
said all his wounds had healed. They
Yeah.
said- so
Yeah, but that was a weak attack from Kizaru. That was
Nah,
a
that was
weak attack.
that's not a weak attack. That's one of Kizaru's best attacks.
You mean the little light bullets?
Yeah,
I don't think.
That's like key
That,
move.
that move's crazy strong.
that's like several
Yeah.
lasers going through you at one time. That's crazy.
Okay, I thought he had more powerful moves than that.
I'm sure he has like more
Probably
powerful
does,
attacks.
but that's one of his most
that's
one of
strong.
his aces.
So I'm okay with
It's-
Jack being A minus. An A. Who's an A right now? An
We
A.
got
right
Marco at an A.
Marco
I
is-
think, don't we?
now? A. Yeah,
Marco's-
Marco's.
Marco's
A.
at an A. If
Yeah,
Marco's at
see-
an A, then why can't Jack be at an A? Because he's one of
All
the
right,
top guys.
Jack is an A. Jack at A. Jack at
Because-
A.
Thank you.
Because
I
Marco's
can deal with that.
Marco's
Yeah.
second in command.
Yeah, Jack at A.
So it's I think
Jack at
Jack is A or A minus. I'm good with either, but
I'm okay with A. What do you guys think?
All right, eight.
Okay,
A
that's
is
what
cool. I don't want to put him
Yeah,
on.
yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now the last one that we're gonna do, then I gotta go. That we can have different parts to this, obviously. But Doflamingo.
A minus.
A minus.
A
A
minus.
minus.
Yeah, A minus.
Okay, so if we put Doflamingo A minus, we do put Boa
That-
Hancock.
Well, but if A, okay, well Hancock's probably like C plus if
C
Doflamingo's-
plus?
I think she's a B plus. B plus.
I'm just
Man.
B plus.
Boy Hancock's an A.
Yes.
Oh.
I say
Guys, I
B
think you
plus.
guys rate. I think you
At
guys
the
rate Boa a
same-
bit too high.
At the
think
same
B
time,
plus.
when Luffy
Yeah,
was
B plus.
at the same time when Luffy was on her island, she was just as intimidating as Dofi in a way, but just that she wasn't as evil as Dofi. Like
I
she
think-
she had hockey and everything.
People are saying A minus, B plus.
Yeah, we should just give her A minus because what's kind of wrong with this? What I'm hearing, like how we had Jack low, but we had Marco at A and stuff like that, and it's that like
We can't just use titles now. We
no,
can just
I
say-
know, but it's like it's some type of fan thing that we
No, but
can't
we're
get
using what
past.
we've
Like,
seen as
we're
well.
fans of Dofi because of what he did, but at the same time, Boa Hancock is very powerful too, so they both should be able to be A minus fine. We shouldn't be like, okay, she's not on Dofi's level and then put her down because that's the.
But what feats
that's-
does she have to put her with Dofi? Dofi has a wide range of things that he's done.
He's got like
Women
an awakened
deserve A
A
She
minus.
has she has hockey though. Her fruit could turn you into stone.
Right,
Yeah,
but
I-
we've seen that it doesn't work every time.
Yeah, people have to
No,
cut their arms and
no,
stuff to avoid.
where have you seen that? What are you
Momoa.
referring to?
They didn't hit everybody else except Momonga, the Vice Admiral at the time.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
he
but he
got
had to
that
stab
only
himself.
happens if they're not thinking perverted thoughts.
But I'm saying though, okay, you just don't have to think perverted stuff.
Okay, but
Yeah,
Brago,
or
he
if
stabbed
But
the
that's gonna
bits
be
get
hard
done
to
into
do
the
when you're
brain.
looking at
to
Boa
give himself
Hancock.
yeah, but
pain
listen,
so he didn't
listen
turn
to
into
this.
stone.
Like, not she kicks the pacifistas. Her kicks
Yeah.
apply the stone effect.
Uh-huh.
So that like the pacifistas not thinking perverted thoughts yet. They're still turning to stone.
So why didn't it affect? Well,
I
I
don't.
guess
I
for
don't think that.
machines,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, for
Like they don't have
machines,
a
then
wheel on their
they
own.
don't have anything, so it's automatic for machines. But for actual people, I don't know how her power is going to affect the top tiers. Like if she goes against who's an A minus right now, Dofi, right? And she tries
Yeah.
to saturate Dofi, that's not going to work with
But
Dofi.
Brago, look,
Like the stone thing, like if you're talking about the beam powers to make you fall in love with that's not gonna work.
Yeah,
But her actual
screw the beam.
powers to turn you into stone, the Medusa powers, that's gonna work. That's gonna work if you don't use hockey against it.
Like I think like if let's say she kicks Dofi in the arm and he blocks it right, his
Yeah.
arm is going to turn to stone. Whether he uses haki to break out of that stone effect, at the end of the day, his arm still became stone.
But the thing is, I think
skeptical on that one
Dofi.
if it'll turn to stone if he uses hockey.
Why I'm gonna put it a B plus, but the thing with Dofi, if his arm gets turned to stone, we've seen that he can use conquest to break out of things like that, right?
Yeah, true.
That's
Well, that's the
Mhm.
thing. Like, even if he does get turned to
but
stone,
she
he
has
can
conquerors
conquer and
too.
break out
He
of it.
has conquest as well, but I'm more comfortable with her at B plus. No, A. I'm sorry, A. No. B plus.
Hmm?
B plus.
B+.
Yeah, I
At the
agree.
same time with her though, we never seen her. I don't think I've ever seen her take a L. She was whooping everybody's butt at Marineford that she stepped to.
No, she hasn't taken an L.
Yeah, so I think she should be up a little bit. And
What
it's
do you
not
guys
even a
think?
lot of
I don't think
girls
she's
like
on
that.
Dofi's level though.
What do you guys think? A minus as well for Boa.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we'll do one more. Weevil. Let's just get Weevil.
Oh man, I think we would.
Ooh,
That's a hard one.
ooh, that's hard.
Or A
He's a
plus.
wild card. He's a wild card. We
He
don't.
got
Yes,
he
man.
got to be A plus because he has Whitebeard's.
Nah,
power.
A.
Wait, A plus? What? No.
I feel like these all right, mark my words. These
Wait, so we
characters
have Dofi and
I think I agree with Ty. I think he's an A
Yeah.
plus, man.
A plus?
I just.
I think
Yeah,
he's an A.
I know you
I
guys.
think he's
I know
just
you
an
guys-
A. Like he's on
No,
the
listen,
same level of Mark on
listen,
dudes.
listen. I know you guys are going. Oh, at the end of the day, if he does just go fight Marco, I don't think he's going to defeat Marco. But in terms of what I see for him in the plot, he will defeat Marco, and then he'll progress to take on Blackbeard, and will fail at that.
I'll give it an
That's
A.
how I see it.
I'm good with an A.
I think A.
I'm good with an A. Put him in A plus with
I could see him beat
I
Marco
think
though.
he's I think he's
Kizaru and Mihawk. I'm not ready to do that. I'm sorry.
I think he's an A plus. And mark my words, these characters that I'm saying is A plus, but we're bringing them down to A. They're gonna be beating
someone brought
Admirals.
up in
so
chat as well.
watch.
Someone brought up in chat as well, even though it's not technically canon, he did slaughter Admiral Zephyr's crew and cut off Zephyr's arm.
True. So look at that.
Wait.
And that's an Admiral.
Wait.
It wasn't stated though. It wasn't stated.
No, it was.
No, it
It
is.
wasn't, bro. It
They
just
said
said
in the one about that incident, and that's what they were talking about.
no.
We
It
don't
wasn't.
even know. We don't know if it was
who
him.
We don't know if it was him yet.
It's heavily implied that it's Weevil.
Yeah, that it was the new Shichibukai that did it,
I hear that.
and that was
Yeah,
Weevil.
but it's a One Piece movie. Like, what One Piece movie do you know? Basically, it's canon.
No, but
But
the
you
whole
know,
thing.
it's
But
ridiculous.
Brago brought this up before that Aokiji leg being missing was shown in the
But
movie.
wait,
so-
listen. That specific point of plot, even though it isn't canon, is written by Oda. So in his head, he
Right.
goes, "Oh, if Weevil fought this guy, this is what he would have done."
So
Ooh,
okay, so then it's like if we use that, then we use that Zephyr lost to Luffy. So then does that down Zephyr?
That I don't.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So then,
that's what I mean. Like that whole canon thing is difficult to
exactly.
use.
So
But you know what I mean?
I understand what you're saying. So Weevil A
I've got
plus.
him A or A plus.
A, man. Like
That's like putting him on
Not
Mihawk's
above.
level. That's putting him on Mihawk's level.
And-
He's
and
pretty
like,
strong. He took
I
a
think
bunch
he's
of those
A plus, and I think he is on Mihawk's level. It's like we got
Oh.
Mihawk at God level or something like that, because it puts him on Mihawk level.
Because he randomly he casually spars with an S. Yeah. And you're the greatest sportsman in the world.
Which S did he casually do that with?
That's a
Thanks,
point in the
Shank.
chat. That's a point in the chat as well,
Yeah.
guys.
Shanks.
Guys, this is a point in the chat too.
We don't know that
the
it was casually like that.
Guys, the non-canon Weevil versus Zephyr fight, if it was Weevil, it was Prime Zephyr plus his crew, right? And that the Zephyr that Luffy fought was an inhaler using armless, old Zephyr.
Yeah.
So you're ready to put
if it's
Weevil
Weevil.
on,
Yeah, Weevil.
on. But the thing is, where I know a lot of people use the young Whitebeard strength, right? And a lot of people automatically gonna throw him into that bucket of, okay, he must be like Prime Whitebeard.
We're not
he's
saying
up
he's
there
an
with
S.
the Admirals.
We're just saying he's A+. And another thing is that he's a later villain, so like how underwhelming it would be and how quick would Luffy beat him if he's only like A- or something
Wait,
like
no,
that. He's gonna
an
be an A+.
The people that are an A right now, Jack is gonna be a later villain. We have Marco there.
But with Jack, like I had said Jack was A+ too, but whether Weevil
Right,
is
you're throwing
strong
everybody
Jack
in
or
A+,
not,
bro.
Jack, what?
whether Weevil is strong, no, because it's the whole thing. Like I feel like they can beat Admirals. That's why. So like like I said, I feel like Kizaru's a A, but Weevil is gonna be like you see how powerful though he's gonna be Beast or whatever. Like I think he's definitely gonna be at an A+.
Yeah, it's hard.
Okay, let's vote on it. Froob, where do you got Weevil?
A.
Ty, we got Weevil.
A+.
Theory.
A+.
Jack.
I'm either, I don't know, A or A+, whatever.
A?
Yeah.
Which one? Which
He
one?
said A+.
He said A.
Doesn't matter. You gotta
A.
pick one.
I'll do A.
All right.
I can't put him on A+, but I do think he might be close to A+.
Yeah,
because-
so I'm ready to put him in the A. I'm an A. Pharaoh, where you got him?
A.
Ashwin.
Question mark.
I just can't see him being on par with MIHAWK or beating fucking Aokiji.
I think
think
he'll
I think
he'll
he's
beat the
right
mess
on
out
that
of.
Marco level, like just.
Yeah,
on
I think he'll trash Marco. I think he'll destroy Marco.
I'm not sure about trash, but
No, cause check this out. Especially what he said, what he did to Zephyr or whatever like that. Like he'll destroy. At the same time, it's like put it like this: Luffy doesn't want him going to Marco or whatever like that. So obviously Luffy's gonna try to step in, and if Marco's gonna join Luffy, at that point Luffy's gonna be stronger than Marco. I feel like he's stronger than Marco. If not, it's no point in him.
I don't think we was trashing Marco. No way in hell he's trash.
I don't agree with that.
I don't think there are many-
I think he.
No, but check this out. If he has Whitebeard powers or whatever like that, and
That's the thing. He
Look,
has
it's only his physical strength.
his
all
strength.
right.
His
I get that, but let me say this: the part of why he lost to Blackbeard was because not only Blackbeard had his captain's powers and other powers. So if Weevil has his it's a wrap. Like that's gonna end bad right
No,
there.
Weevil doesn't have the Gura.
I know he doesn't have the gore, but he has the
He has just the physical strength.
yeah.
Right. So it's like I don't want to automatically say, okay, Whitebeard was this strong. Weevil has to be this strong as well.
So all right, hold on. So like how they say Whitebeard's the strongest man in the world? This guy
Right.
has that strength of like Whitebeard in his prime or
But
whatever.
Whitebeard could follow that up with having the Gura.
No, but I'm
Yeah,
saying
exactly.
no. The thing about Whitebeard is that I don't think he was the strongest man. Well, maybe he was, but like the fruit is part of what helped him be the strongest man too.
Yeah.
Weevil
Exactly.
is just as powerful with no devil fruit or with not that same fruit.
Can I add to this? Can I add to this as well? You know, in Marineford, when Whitebeard did that massive whirlwind move that threw all the Marines into the air,
Yeah.
he didn't use his fruit there.
Was that in the
That's
manga?
crazy.
No,
So
yeah.
that means-
He was in the manga. Like, he used his own physical strength to do that.
So that means Weevil. So exactly. So you know that means Weevil could do that too. If
Wait,
they
what
said a young-
admirals got? What
Oh
admirals?
wait,
What admirals? Which ones? Which admirals got thrown in here?
No, Admirals. It was.
Not
It was.
Admirals,
it
like,
was father.
but I think the captains
The
in below.
captains?
No. It was just father Marines, bro.
Oh,
Yeah,
But
but,
you know what
they were wearing coats. Like you don't know.
Yeah,
they're- as I said,
so those are probably like rear admirals and stuff, right?
yeah, rear
Looks
admirals.
like Kobe.
captains,
I don't know. I'm like,
So that's the thing. Since we know Whitebeard was stronger when he was young, and they saying Weevil is like a young Whitebeard, that means he can do all
No,
that
he was
stuff that
stronger when
Whitebeard-
he was in prime, I think.
in his prime, probably.
No, yeah, but I'm pretty sure when they say young Whitebeard, that's what they mean. They mean his prime or close to it.
I think
So,
it was like when he was a rookie, like
Yeah,
Nah,
I don't want to
'cause-
say prime Whitebeard because there's a difference there.
Well,
yeah.
I know this is what I'm saying. Like young, like a little bit close to prime.
Right now, this is
like
this is a young Luffy. This isn't prime Luffy.
yeah, like Luffy. or
You know what I'm
stop.
saying? Like, so he's not Pirate King level. I'm okay with A. Like putting him in A plus with the admirals, with
I'm
top
telling you,
tier
these
admirals.
admirals is
No, no,
not
no.
gonna live up.
He's in A with who? Fujitora,
Marco,
Marco, Green Bull.
Green Bull, like
That's
Yo,
not a.
Green Bull gonna be S plus. Like I'm telling y'all, bro.
I expect him to
I
be
can
A
find.
plus.
I think he's gonna be strongest out of the three.
I just have to put this guy at A plus. I'm sorry. I have to.
So wait, Asher, you got to vote to put.
I'm putting a question mark on Weevil, man. I haven't seen anything.
Yeah.
Because this guy only wrecked like the
Why
captain's
then?
boat.
Why are you putting a question mark? Is A or A plus?
I can't go because I haven't seen the full extent.
But
That's what I'm
you
saying,
know,
dude. I feel like we need more ranks in between S and A plus because
no,
even though I
Because
feel like Weevil could be an A plus, I can't put him on the
yeah,
level of MIHAWK.
yeah, because the only people he fought was
Mhm.
but
basically like
then
sub
he's an
captains.
A.
Then if he fought Blackbeard against Blackbeard, okay, then I would put something on or Akainu like. But these are just fodder characters. He just wrecked them.
Wait, so you have him as like a question mark?
Yeah.
But
Let's
then we
see.
could throw a lot of characters into this question mark if we're just gonna do that. Like every character is a question mark then.
Hold on, I want to bring up two characters before we stop because we have to stop soon, right?
Yeah, we stopped. We should have been stopped. But who else you gotta bring up real quick?
All right. Cracker. We say that yet or no?
No.
Yeah.
Lower than Jack.
Cracker and
Yeah,
who?
A little bit lower
I
than
think
Jack.
A minus
I think
or
Crack is on the
He's-
same level as
he's
Jack.
He's an
I
A
think he's-
minus.
A minus. A
Yeah.
minus.
Can we
Where do we put
just to end this?
Jack
So
is
it's
A
a good
minus.
end.
Yeah.
To
Right.
end this,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
we put in Luffy.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. Luffy to end this.
Okay.
B minus?
I'm okay with. Oh my God, that's tough because Dofi's an A minus, right?
I think
I would say
he's a B plus.
B plus.
plus.
I'll put him at a B. I'll put him at a B.
B.
I think a B plus. B plus is good for him.
Why'd you say B?
I don't know. I just don't think he's on the level of. Okay, well.
Like, who's a B plus though? Like
Right now, we don't have anybody.
Well, we said like people like Jozu were. Oh fuck.
You said
Jozu's
Vista,
the-
you said
Jozu's
Vista.
the-
Maybe he's a
B
B
plus,
plus.
B plus, B plus, because he's on the level probably right now of Vista, but he's not Jozu, Marco level those guys yet. So B plus. They're saying Luffy's A minus. They're saying we're high.
Yeah, but the thing is like, if we say Luffy's a B plus, and then like who did we put on A minus? Didn't we put some admirals on A minus?
No, A minus. We have. Oh, do we? Yeah, actually, yeah, we have.
wait, you have an Admiral A minus?
No, we don't. We have.
They're A.
Dofi's
They're
on
A.
there.
They're A. The admirals are A. That's
Yeah.
like Fujitora, Green Bull. We have Dofi A minus, Hancock A minus.
Wait. So why are you putting Green Bull A minus if we haven't seen the guy?
No, Green Bull is A.
I'm putting Luffy on B. That's my final answer.
Okay, all right, let's
B.
vote. B
Alright.
plus or B
Plus.
Luffy? Froob has a B. Who you got, Theory? B plus or B?
I got B minus. B plus. Sorry.
Wow.
Who is that? B plus.
All right, Pharaoh.
I'm gonna go B plus.
Ashura.
I'm going with the theory's version. B minus.
What was the what? B minus?
Yeah.
What?
B plus.
Because the whole thing depends on Gear 4 to basically kill everyone. Like it's not happening.
It's
But-
B plus or B.
I said B minus.
Okay, he's
But
he's
is
going
Luffy
against the
like-
grain.
Is Luffy a B plus only in Gear 4th or overall?
Oh, okay.
Overall.
I think
Gear
we-
4
he
obviously.
okay, let's do that differently. Let's do that differently.
Shit, dude.
Luffy without Gear 4, with the limit on Gear 4 is a
B minus.
B
Wait.
minus.
plus
I
with
think
the
it's
limit.
B minus.
B minus with the limit.
B-
Remember what you did
No,
with
he's in
Doflamingo?
what he-
Without Gear
What
4?
Brago, no, what Brago is saying right now is just Luffy as he is right now.
As he is with the whole 20-minute limit for Gear 4.
Yeah,
right?
and then I think he's gonna say if Luffy could go. Gear
If
4
Luffy could
infinitely.
have Gear 4 with no limit, I'm okay with
Okay.
A minus
Yeah, no
Yeah.
limit.
or
Yeah.
A minus. I'm not ready to put him Admiral level even with Gear 4, which was technically an A,
Agreed.
right? So he's A minus, right?
Yeah, agree.
Without the limit, but with the limit, B plus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that
Yeah,
fair?
we're good.
Yeah.
I feel like he's A minus though,
With,
Someone
with-
writing this all up.
because he did beat Dofi.
I'm a write it
Who
up.
He did.
He did beat Dofi, who's A minus, and I think he's on A minus right now. Did we get to talk about how strong Cracker is yet?
Why is it that every time someone wants to say Luffy beat Doflamingo, he didn't beat Doflamingo on his own?
Yeah, sure he had Lord's help, but even
come on,
even
yeah,
Lord
we're not
goes
getting
on
into
the
this.
main.
People are saying,
We need to stop.
No,
we need
I'm
to
saying
stop
Lord gives the
that
credit to
Luffy
Luffy
took down
though.
Doflamingo on his own.
Lord goes Luffy beat Dofi. You know what I mean? Lord gives the credit to Luffy even though he assisted in it. But we don't have to talk about it or anything like that. But I say Luffy's A minus or whatever like that. Cause check this out. Wait, here's what I want to say. If Cracker's A minus, right? Let's say Cracker's A minus, right?
Mhm.
Or let's say Cracker's A plus, and let's say Luffy
A
beats him or
minus.
whatever. Then what?
Huh?
So
Well,
he
I
can't
don't-
beat any.
If
He
he
can't beat
beats
two A
Cracker-
minus people and then be on B plus.
No.
You get what I'm saying?
Well,
No,
I
no,
can't.
no.
I
If
can't
he
put a
beats
grade on
Cracker-
Cracker because if you're gonna make me
Right,
judge him just on the bounty alone, I can't do that.
If
Right, if I say-
if he beats
if-
Cracker, Cracker goes down. Luffy doesn't go up.
No, I'm saying
Cracker
if
goes
Cracker.
down.
No, but here's the thing: just because you lose doesn't make you trash. If Cracker,
yeah.
No,
if
but he
Cracker
goes
shows
down.
if Cracker shows he's a A minus like Dofi was, whatever like that, but he loses, then we still have to say, that's another B A minus person. Luffy beat him. He has to be on A minus now. If not A plus. or
True.
whatever.
If Luffy beats
That's a
Cracker
good point.
I mean,
That's a
A.
good point. That's a good point. That's a good point. So if Luffy beats Cracker, then Luffy goes to A minus with the limit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that
Okay.
happens.
Okay.
'Cause
If that happens, I
alright.
agree. I agree.
Yeah, if that happens.
If that happens. All right, this is good. We gotta definitely do some more parts to this because I got other
Yeah.
characters like
I
Magellan,
was gonna say Judge, but
Judge, all those guys, Sanji,
It's hard to
Zoro.
rate this.
So it's like those characters we gotta rate as well.
But this
Nami.
is definitely an agreeable system.
Yeah,
Judge.
yeah. It's
Judge
more
is an
like,
F.
We've not had the only like big debate we had was Jozu today, which is
Jozu,
rare
yeah.
to have one debate. We usually have
Rob,
like
you
10.
heard?
What you say that? What you say, Ty?
I said Judge is an F.
But I don't know. I want to do this before the next chapter though. What's a good day you guys think?
you should do it after the next chapter.
After?
Yeah,
Ooh, 'cause
Yeah,
then
'cause
maybe
it'll give us
about
more to talk
Cracker,
about.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll
true.
see what's up with Cracker.
We can do these on Sundays if you guys think that's a good day.
What about
Yeah.
Saturday?
Saturday?
Yeah.
Well, we come to Brago's live stream church on Sundays.
Huh?
We come with our Sunday best.
All right. Saturday or Sunday, we'll do the ranking in the classes. But I appreciate you guys coming through. This was short notice too, so it's just glad we got to do this. So yeah, like the stream, guys, and of course leave your comments below about what you guys think these guys' classes are. Do you think Jack should be an A plus? Weevil should be an A plus? Do you think MIHAWK should be an S? Of course, Judge is not going to be an F. That's not.
Well, I'm joking with that.
I know. But yeah, like the stream, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Peace out.
Peace.